Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome to race number 2 of the ASRC Sportsman series here at the Nashville Fairgrounds. Tonight we'll see these cars do battle, and we'll see who can pick up another win this season. It's early in the season, but there are no playoffs to be had, so every point counts, every race matters for these drivers. As we will take a look at the timing and scoring, we got the one car of Tanner Tallarico up at the top of our boards. Second goes to Seth Harrelson in the 07 machine. Tyler Jordan in the 92 will be third. Fourth is Brian Wilderson, and rounding out the top 5 will be Ron the Hitman Hart. All these times, as you can see, folks, very close to each other, but now it'll be time for qualifying, and we'll see who can be tonight's Quick Time Award presented by Quick Time Motorsports Media. And of course tonight we got some heat races to be had as well, so we will have to see how this affects the racing tonight, and some shotgun challenges to be had as well. So don't go anywhere. We got an action-packed night here at Nashville, as it looks like we're getting some cars on track here and getting qualifying underway at the Nashville Fairgrounds. Right now, it looks like one of the drivers out there on track is the practice fast time. That would be the one car of Tanner Tallarico. We'll have to see this thing get up to speed and see what he can do. As we will get some times here, and it looks like Tanner Tallarico getting that thing wound up for lap number 1. This is the time lap, but it seems like he's getting those tires up to temp on the first lap to really let it rip on lap number 2. We'll see what the one car can do. This will be the money lap. We'll see him now dive to the bottom, get that thing as low as he can go, but not too low, as there's some nasty bumps, especially in 1 and 2 around Nashville, that these drivers will have to try and navigate. As we see Tanner Tallarico throw it into 3 and 4 for the final time here in qualifying. We'll have to see if that strategy's paid on off for the one car, and it does. He goes to P number 1 by a few tenths here over the 51 of Ron Hart. Looks like another car we got out on track. It's the Pinkerton machine of Dave Payne. Looks like he might have a similar strategy to the one of Tanner Tallarico. First lap here on the clock. He's taking it easy, getting these tires up to temp where he would like, try and get some rear traction, some rear heat in these tires, as we'll see him start his money lap here. This will be the lap that will count for the 38 car, as he's a little bit lower than Tanner Tallarico in the 1. If he can keep the same drive off, he should be better than him in the time and scoring, as we have Seth Harrelson in the 07 machine go to the top of the board here. So the 07 machine will be the fastest time, as Dave Payne will jump all the way to P number 3. So that strategy working for the 38 as well, as now we have Josiah Millen in the 40 machine. He's big time sideways into 3 here as he looks to start his first time lap, but that thing all over the place. He's trying to build up as much rear temp as he can in these tires. As you see, lap number 1, he'll go down to the bottom, but those rear tires already very hot on that 40 machine. You see Jason Griffith in that 33 machine jump all the way to P number 3, so a very solid qualifying from Jason there. Josiah Millen will jump to P number 14. One car we got to keep our eye on here is the 90 machine of Michael Sturgill. He was very quick, but he hasn't been able to finish a race here recently. Have been having all sorts of technical issues, so we'll see what Sturgill can do here, and we gotta hope that that PC hangs in for this whole race, because we gotta see a solid finish from this driver. He's definitely earned it and had many of them taken away as he's on his money lap here. The 90 machine will go P number 4, so he cracks inside the top 5. That moves Dave Payne to the 5th position. As now we see the 92 of Tyler Jordan on his first time lap. We'll see where this TJR machine can slot on in. He was another one pretty fast in practice here. We'll see what he can do in qualifying. Lap number 1, the 92 will go P number 12. We'll see what he can do on lap number 2 here. As Seth Harrelson, the only driver in the 19.0s, the 92 will come across the line here and go P9. He will have a 19.24 time number with Rex Oil. As it looks like that is most of the people that can do qualifying. Now, folks, if your driver hasn't done a qualifying lap, that's probably because they either messed up qualifying and got black flagged or had some issues on both other laps. As one guy that has put in a very solid qualifying run, that would be the Blue Deuce, the man himself, John DeMeester, just outside of the top 10. We'll have to keep an eye on that 2 car. That's a very solid from him. As we get ready for heat race number 1 here at Nashville, we got cars lining up on the grid here, and we'll run through tonight's starting order for heat number 1. Heat number 1 looking like this. We got on pole is Seth Harrelson for in the 07 machine. Second goes to the 33 of Jason Racing Griffith. Third goes to Dave Payne in the 38 machine. Fourth goes to John Sanu in the 86 machine. Fifth will be Justin Callahan in the 75. Sixth is Tyler Jordan. Seventh is Jerry Cochran Jr. Eighth is Kyle Callahan. Ninth is Brian Wilderson. 10th is John Cade. Jaron Valley is in the 111 machine. Kyle Munson in the 28. Tim Rogers in the 48. And David Lau does not make the starting grid here as we get these cars rolling on around here. And we'll take a look and see what we can get for heat race number 1. As now we'll get the starting lineup up on our screen, and that is the 12 drivers out there on track currently. As Tyler Jordan is in the back for this heat race, that is because he did get the job done last week at Daytona. He parked it in victory lane. He's now looking 2 for 2. We'll see if he can get it done as the lights are extinguished on the iRacing pace car. That means we are going green flag racing right here as we'll wait for the 07 machine to jump on the loud pedal and have us kick off tonight's race in action. As he does that, so we are green flag racing at Nashville for heat number 1. As we get the field diving into turn number 3. One car up in the wall. That's the 86 machine of John Sanu. And we got our first yellow out for the night with that incident. May have been a little quick on the trigger with the yellow, but that will bring out the first yellow. And I think that 86 machine might be going to the back. I think he did claim that yellow. As also a little bit of issue for a car further on back. We'll take a look at the 48 of Tim Rogers. Also some issues in that Kellogg's machine. And he goes a lot more sideways. Not sure why John Sanu claimed that, as Tim Rogers definitely the cause of the caution. As interest in there. As that 48 car at least looks pretty clean, but we'll be at the back for this restart with that spin. We gotta wonder how those tires are under for that 48. As we look at the front of this field, Seth Harrelson still leading the way. Jason Griffith in second. Dave Payne in third. Jerry Cochran Jr. all the way up to P number 4, one of the biggest movers in this heat race so far. And Justin Callahan in that 75 machine rounds out the top 5 for heat number 1. As this time by, folks, we should see the lights get extinguished on the iRacing pace car, and we'll be 1 lap to green flag racing. Now this will determine the inside line starting order for this field. And also there's, of course, some bonus points on the line for these drivers to make it all that more worth it to do well in these heat races. As the iRacing pace car makes its way down pit road, we'll wait for the 07 machine of Seth Harrelson to fire on off and bring us back to green flag. He's waiting on a while, but he jumps on it, gets a great start over the 33 of Jason Griffith as we watch this field dive down into turn number 1. Dave Payne will slot in on the 3rd position as we see the field heading down the backstretch, and they keep it clean and green. This time by will be 5 laps to go. As we get another yellow flag, this one I think a little bit further back in this field, trying to find out what happened. It looks like may have started with the 82 machine, as the contact further back with the 29 of John Kane. We'll have to take a look one more time. Definitely got some help from the 92 machine, as we will try and take a look at it maybe a little bit slower, folks. As we have done 2 laps of green flag racing, folks, and have had a caution on both of them. So we'll have to keep that in mind as we watch the 92 come through the corner and just barely tap the back bumper of the 29. But these ARCA cars do not do well with any sort of contact with how these bumpers line up. Any sort of slight contact will flip these cars on around and make them face the wrong way. So under this yellow flag, we'll throw to commercial break, and we'll be right back on the other side. Alrighty, folks, we are back here at the Nashville Fairgrounds under the 2nd caution as these drivers try and make do of what they got here. This track car combo proven to be very tough. We knew that coming into this race, but man, has it shown itself here early in this heat race. We are back going green next time by, and we'll see if we can get a lap under green. I think these drivers got it. I think they got it worked out of their system. Very similar to our short track series, where we'll definitely get a couple yellows quickly in these heat races, but by the time the future rolls on around, everyone's got it sorted on out. As now we'll wait for the iRacing pace car to head back down pit road. as we are back green flag racing. This time Dave Payton gets a nose underneath Jason Griffith for second. We'll see what kind of run the 33 can get out of the corner. And from that top side, folks, you can get massive runs here, and that is just being shown by that 33 car now all over the back bumper of our heat leader, excuse me, folks, still can't talk, of Seth Harrison, leading them on around. Further on back, Tyler Jordan still on the back bumper of John Kane, trying to get on around him, this time, well, of course, without making contact, as we see John Sanu make his way on up there and big time sideways. That's a 48 of Tim Rogers. John Sanu makes heavy contact with him, as well as he has some major damage to both of those race cars. We will have to see what happened for the 48 machine of Tim Rogers as we see him head through turns 3 and 4. As we see, oh man, Tim Rogers just misjudging that front stretch wall and makes significant contact. Same with John Sanu, just an innocent bystander with nowhere to go. So that is a tough break for Tim Rogers as he parks that thing for the end of the heat race here. As we are back under yellow flag, we'll see, maybe we can pull something together. As folks, we got Tim Rogers here. Tim, I think you got cleared from the infield medical center. How are you feeling, and what happened there?
I don't know. I thought the high side was working, and then next thing you know, I'm in the wall. I think I just got tight or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that definitely.
Maybe a right front was going on. I just got tight.
Yeah, it definitely looked like a pretty big mistake. Not a typical one the 48 machine would do. Yeah, because it definitely seemed like something was wrong, because you hit that wall with a ton of bricks and then also got some extra damage with some cars piling in a little bit later.
Yeah, that last hit hurt pretty good. I felt that one. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's my first race back in like 2 months. Just trying to get the hang of it. Maybe not the best track. Also, my computer keeps freezing still, so I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, that's definitely a tough break, Tim. Well, before we let you go and get back to it and get ready for this feature event, which you hopefully will have a big rebound for, I'll hand over the mic to you. Gotta thank who you gotta thank for this 48 crew as we get back ready to go green flag racing.
I just want to thank myself for putting this car together, putting this race car together, doing everything. You can only depend on yourself. So, yeah, I'm the best.
Alrighty, well, that is the words from Tim Rogers in that 48 machine. Be sure to check out that car out there for tonight's feature event. Tim, you have yourself a good rest of the night, and good luck in this feature.
Okay. If I wreck again, I'm coming.
As we got a great battle up here for the heat win, folks. Jason Griffith trying his best to get around Seth Harrison, but not quite enough, as Seth Harrison able to defend and lead us to popsicle sticks for heat number 1. Seth Harrison leading the way over Jason Griffith and Dave Payne in third. These guys will see the white flag this time by Seth Harrison leading the field around here. He has led every lap of this heat race and looking to get the heat win, get some bonus points for this championship. Jason Griffith right on his tail though if he does make a mistake, as we'll see this field head through 3 and 4 for the final time tonight. Seth Harrelson able to get it done. He will pick up heat win number 1. Jason Griffith in second. Dave Payne will bring it home third. Brian Wilderson all the way up to P number 4. And rounding out the top 5, Justin Callahan. Now we'll go and get ready for heat number 2 here at Nashville. The starting order looking like this. Tanner Tallarico in the 1 car will start pole for heat number 2. Michael Sturgill will start second. Ron Hart in third. Rex Hoyle in fourth. And Jeff O'Quinn rounding out the top 5. 6 goes to John DeMeester. 7th is Lee Campbell. 8th is Josiah Millen. 9th, Donald Bennett. Gotta love to see Donald out here. His first time with the league. Glad to have you. And rounding out the top 10 is Devin McDonald. 11th goes to Hayden Swank, who had some issues. Blake Lorraine in the 923 will be 12th. And it looks like 13th will be Kyle Leisure in the 41 machine. So some good names up here as we'll get ready to get heat race number 1 rolling. Or heat race number 2 rolling, excuse me, around Nashville Fairgrounds. As Tanner Tallarico is going to be hard to beat. But this top 4, top 5 is very stout here tonight in this heat. So we could see anything happen. As don't go anywhere, folks. After this heat race, we do have a little bit of warm-up. But we'll also be talking to the heat race winner. So we'll be talking with Seth Harrelson. And then whoever will pick up heat win number 2, we'll also be chatting with them during that break. So feel free to get up, grab a snack or whatever. But keep your ears on because we'll be talking to some of these race drivers here as they get ready for the feature. As the lights are extinguished on the iRacing pace car, that means we are going green next time by. Get ready for another round of racing action here for heat race number 2 around this Nashville Fairgrounds. We'll wait for the 1 car of Tanner Tallarico to fire on off. He gets ready to jump on the loud pedal here. He does so, and we are green flag racing for heat number 2. Tanner Tallarico with a great start as we see the field floated down into turn number 1. Michael Sturgill able to slide in P number 2. Ron Hart up to 3 as we see some cars big time sideways. 1 car around. I think that's the 18 machine of Devin McDonald as, he gets 1 more hit for good measure on the backstretch. And we are under yellow flag for the first time here for heat number 2. And we will check out what happened as we see the 18 get big time sideways, get behind in the wheel, and that left side weight, folks, bites another one as we see the 2 of John DeMeester try and go for a gap that, he just closed down up before he could get there. So a tough break for the Blue Deuce as he will have some damage from heat number 2. But the good thing for the 2 fans out there, he will get a new car for the feature. So he'll be back in it for that. But we have this field under yellow flag here, and we get him rolling on around. As we will go to commercial break, and we'll be back on the other side. Don't go anywhere, folks.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
As we are back here from Nashville Fairgrounds, we got the lights still on the pace car, so it's 2 laps to we go back racing green flag action. As Tanner Tallarico still leading the way over Michael Sturgill in the 90 Ron Hart, in that mellow yellow 51 machine in third Rex Hoyle. In fourth and rounding out the top 5 is Jeff O'Quinn in that nice 94 McDonald scheme. Be sure everyone watching at home, let me know who you're cheering on tonight and who's got the best paint scheme out here. You gotta always love the Days of Thunder schemes from. That is Ron Hart is repping out there as well. So as we get lights extinguished on the iRacing pace car, we are going green next time by. One car we gotta appreciate is Donald Bennett. That thing is a conglomeration of some schemes, probably for a different car, but slapped it on here, and it's definitely a look. It definitely stands out here on the broadcast, let me say that. As we go back up to the front of the field, we wait for the 1 car of Tanner Tallarico to jump on it. He does so, gets another great start, and we are back green flag racing for heat number 2 around the Nashville Fairgrounds. As we see the cars floated on through 1 and 2 and off the corner. Everyone gets away clean and green this time. As we look back through this field, everyone's going to make it, and I think we'll get 1 lap under green done. As we see the field coming out of turn 4, Tanner Tallarico with a nice lead, but Michael Sturgill under pressure from Ron Hart here. These guys doing battle as we see him dive into turn number 3. Ron Hart can roll through that middle a little bit better. I think Michael Sturgill might be saving a little bit of here. Maybe trying to just make sure he's got the race pace that he needs. But with these heat races, it's all go and no stop. You got to drive it like you stole it every single lap. As we see Tanner Tallarico trying some different lines. He's out here searching. As we see Sturgill get big time sideways. Spends the whole front stretch trying to save that car. Keeps it going the right direction. And most importantly, keeps the spot. But now those rear tires got to be very hot. This will open up the door for Ron Hart to sneak to the inside. These guys go bad door to door here for second place. As this time by, we'll get 5 laps to go for heat number 2 at Nashville. We are currently looking at the battle for second. Ron Hart trying to get the pass done on Michael Sturgill. Rex Hoyle right there as well, maybe trying to throw his name in the mix. Oh, Michael Sturgill gets a great run, but has to kind of back on out of it with getting right to the back bumper of Ron Hart. But Ron Hart up to P number 2. Sturgill now applying a whole bunch of pressure. He wants that spot back. A little bit further back, we got a battle. It's a 31 of Donald Bennett with Devin McDonald. This is the battle for 9th as Devin McDonald once again gets big time sideways, puts it in the inside wall, but he keeps it straight. We stay under green flag here as Tanner Tallarico walking away from this field with that kind of high entry, low exit. As this time by, we'll see popsicle sticks for heat number 2. Tanner Tallarico just wants to see that white flag. Once he sees that, he knows he just got to hit his marks, and he will come away with the heat win. As this time by, we see the flag man waving it. White flag, 1 more lap to go for heat number 2. For the final time in this heat, we'll head through 3 and 4. He's going to get it done. He shows us the line that might be the fastest. Tanner Tallarico picks up heat win number 2 of the night. Ron Hart brings it home in second. Michael Sturgill third. Rex Hoyle in fourth. And Jeff O'Quinn rounding out the top 5. As now we'll have warm up, let these drivers get some more laps under their belt. But while we are hanging on out, we'll try and talk to a few drivers. One being the heat race winners. We'll try and talk to first, we'll talk to heat winner number 1. That would be Seth Harrelson in the 07 machine. Seth, you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
Hey, Brett.
Alrighty, man. How is the car tonight? You picked up heat win number 1, and that thing looked like it was on rails for a good part of that heat race.
The car's pretty good. It's a little icy out here, but she's on the edge, man, and I hope I can keep her from spinning out.
Yeah, Seth, that seems like the name of the game tonight. Not only tire saving, but definitely keeping those rear tires underneath you and keeping them cool. I mean, it seems like everyone's having trouble, no matter if it's turn 4 or turn 2 tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure what my incident count was in practice, but it had to be like leading the charts.
Yeah, but that high incident count, doesn't matter. You found the limit, Seth. You were the quick time here tonight. How'd you put in that flyer lap? I mean, being this field tonight, it's definitely a stacked field, so that qualifying lap, very impressive from you.
Yeah, it was a good lap. I spent the first lap just trying to warm the tires up. Got a good run out of 4 coming to the second lap, and she stuck.
Yeah, awesome stuff from you. So, looking a little bit further ahead, what's the game plan for the feature event?
I mean, I'm gonna go hard off the get-go, just to try to see if I can pull away from Tanner a little bit and get some space, and then I'll try to work on tire management. But I know it's gonna be a challenge with him behind me.
Yeah, always a scary car to have in your rear view, because he will make sure if you make a mistake, he'll definitely take advantage of it. But Seth, before we let you go, I want to hand the mic over to you and thank who you got to thank for this 07 crew before this feature event starts.
Hey, thank Mom, thank Dad for believing in me and putting the funds into my childhood and to get me where I am today. Thanks, Mom, Dad.
Alrighty, awesome stuff, Seth. Well, best of luck to you before you start this feature event, and hopefully we'll be talking to you once again at the end of the night.
Hope so. Thanks, Pat.
Alrighty, folks, that was our heat number 1 winner. Now we'll try and talk to our heat win number 2 winner. That would be the one of Tanner Tallarico. Tanner, it's a common occurrence. You got a copy? It's Brett the Jet here in the booth.
What's going on, dude?
Alrighty, man. How's things with you? This one car seems pretty fast. Is that the case here once again?
It's pretty quick. We're just struggling to fire off on cold tires, but I think everybody is. I was actually just talking with Ron a second ago. I think the tires are really struggling to heat up, so anytime we have a start or restart where guys are on new tires, you're really going to have to watch. That heat race right there, we all went down into turn 3 and about binned it. I know I about stuffed it in the fence. So, yeah, it's a little sketchy on cold tires, but I think once we get 5 or 6 laps in, it definitely, the drivability is pretty good. So.
Yeah, Tanner, and it seems like the name of the game tonight's definitely going to be not only tire saving, but tire management, keeping those rear tires underneath you, keeping them cool, and making sure that you don't light them up too often, let's say.
Yeah, it's there's a couple things you can do behind the wheel to manage that. You can I was kind of experimenting in the heat race, running a little bit higher and trying to get a late diamond off the corner and just leave the corner straight. That helps a lot, but it's not necessarily as great for your right front tire. You can develop a push if you do that, but I think you'll see a lot of guys kind of just running the bottom and babying the car up off the corner, making up a lot of their time on corner entry instead of corner exit. So I'll probably be doing that for the beginning of the race, but this is pretty short, being only 75 laps, so you can't wait for long. You just kind of gotta pick a strategy and go with it and hope it's the right one.
Yep, that will be the case, Tanner. You got to fully commit no matter what it is. Not too long a race, only 75 laps, but before we have you go and get ready for this feature, I'll hand over the mic to you and thank who you got to thank for this one crew.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of people on the car this time around. There's new friends that I met up at Berlin Raceway in Mar, Michigan. It's a weekly racetrack I've been running at all summer long, so I'm sure some of those guys are watching. Accurate Inspections, Mike's Custom Garage, Tim Curry at FLF, Elif Brothers Roofing, as I said, Berlin Raceway, you, Brett, for putting this on. All the league members, all the admins. This is awesome. This format, short track format we got is kick-ass. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and go for 75 laps here. hopefully I'm not leaving on a wrecker. I think it's going to be pretty action-packed.
Oh yeah, Tanner. Can't wait to. Best of luck to you, and hopefully we'll be talking to you on the other side.
Thanks, Brett.
Alrighty, folks. That was the one car of Tanner Tallarico. Now we'll get ready to do battle for 75 laps here at the Nashville Fairgrounds. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got the starting order here for tonight's starting grid. Starting on pole, we'll go to heat winner number 1, Seth Harrelson in the 07 machine. Starting to his outside is Tanner Tallarico in the 1. Third place will be Jason Griffith in the 33 machine. Fourth goes to Ron Hart in the 51. Rounding out the top 5 will be Dave Payne in the 38th. Michael Sturgill 6th. 7th is Brian Wilderson. 8th is Rex Hoyle. 9th is Justin Callahan. 10th goes to Jeff O'Quinn. 11th is Kyle Munson. 12th is Josiah Millen. 13th goes to Tyler Jordan. 14th, Lee Campbell. 15th, Jaron Varley. 16th goes to Donald Bennett. Starting 17th is Jerry Cochran Jr. Starting 18th is John DeMeester. 19th goes to John Kane. And rounding out the top 20 is Devin McDonald. John Snow is 21st. 22nd goes to Kyle Leisure. 23rd goes to the 48 of Tim Rogers. 24th is Hayden Swank. David Loud is 25th. And rounding out the field is Blake Lorraine. As we get ready to do battle here, folks, we look at the front of the field. This is going to be a wild one. Like we saw the difficulties with firing on and off with these cold tires. Now we get to do it all again, folks, and now with some strategy, as we'll have a lot more laps to decide who has the best car, who can manage it the best in this race tonight. As the iRacing pace car ducks down pit road, we'll wait for the 07 machine of Seth Harrelson to lead us to green flag for the main event. Doing 75 laps around this place. He's on the loud pedal. We are green flag racing here for race number 2 of the Sportsman Series here at Nashville Fairgrounds. As we see Tanner Tallarico able to get away cleanly in second. Ron Hart now jumps around Jason Griffith on the outside. Ron Hart 2 second, but big time. Oh man, they are wrecking big. It's the whole field piling into turn 3. Holy smokes, Seth Harrelson up and over, and it's a parking lot. That was the whole field, folks. Holy smokes. We're going to have to watch about 10 different angles of that. That was the entire field in that wreck. I don't think there's a single clean car after that. Wow. You know, folks, I have seen a lot. I have broadcasted a lot. And I don't think a big one justifies how big that wreck was. We will have to see from the 07 machine of Seth Harrelson and try and figure out what happened. But I don't know if I'm going to have enough camera angles for this, because that was everyone in the field. As we see Seth Harrelson get big time loose from the outside, gets Ron Hart, who was already sideways. Same with Jason Griffith. And you see the field just piling on in the 1842, 2892, all just keeping on in. And look at Seth Harrelson going up and over in this wreck. What are the odds? Holy smokes, folks. We're trying to see one more time what happened, maybe with Seth Harrelson, and see what happened maybe with Jason Griffith as well, because he was also big time sideways. But I mean, look at this, cars just piling on in, folks. They are just, wow. We're gonna have to try and here we go. This may have the best angle. We're gonna try one more time and see from the, I think the 33 machine, if I can find him. We'll watch Jason Griffith from the spotter cam and just see what happened. Maybe the fan cam, just to see the amount of carnage that happened on this, as we see multiple cars sideways into 3. Seth Harrelson hard into the outside wall head on, and you just see the field just trying to get a woad up out of the way. Ron Hart also into the wall up top, and cars almost going over the 111. We see they're up on the nose of Brian Wilderson, and holy smokes, folks. One more time, we got to watch it from this camera, but from this is full speed, folks. One more time as we see the field head into turn 3 for the first time, and how loose this track is, as the whole field pretty much involved with this. Somehow Michael Sturgill gets on through with no damage, and the 94 of Jeff O'Quinn, but a lot of cars with significant damage early in this race. As the field is getting ready to go back, green flag, race in action. The lights are extinguished for this beaten and battered field here at the Nashville Fairgrounds. Wow, that was a wreck, folks. As once again, Tanner Tallarico leading the way. And look at the shuffle. Look at the names on the timing and scoring up near the front after that, folks. As we hear Tanner Tallarico jumping on the loud pedal, little bit of wheel spin, but now at least have a smidge of traction, as we'll see this field probably take it very easy into turn number 3 for the first time. We look a little bit further back, side-by-side battle for Jaron Valley and the 75 of Justin Callahan. Justin Callahan able to defend the position, and we'll see the timing and scoring update as we see Tim Rogers also trying to make that top side work further on back. We saw him have issues in that heat race, but able to jump on rounds. One car sideways. It's the 41 of Kyle Leisure. He's into the inside wall, and we got a few more involved with him. Looks like Rex Hoyle also involved, as we will take a look and see what happened to the 41. Just looks like he got sideways on entry, and oh man, some heavy contact for the 33, it looks like, and the blue deuce of John DeMeester, as all the cars involved in that one able to continue on, but a lot still to be had as we are back under yellow flag. And folks, we'll throw Alrighty, folks, we are back here at the Nashville Fairgrounds. Tanner Tallarico still leading the way in this field. If you want to have your sim wrap stand on out for the broadcast, especially Turn 3 Racing Network one, be sure to check out simwrapmarket.com to get your orders on in and have a paint scheme that really pops. Also, folks, one thing to keep in mind that these drivers have to balance, along with everything else going on in this race, they only got 17 incident limit tonight. That means they can only hit the wall, hit each other around 4 or 5 times before they get DQ'd. So it's going to be interesting to see how drivers manage the incident count as well and try and keep these cars as clean as possible. As we are still pacing for this race. And I tell you what, a lot of big movers in this race, folks, here with that major shakeup. That incident really threw a wrench in a lot of people's races. as one of the biggest movers so far in this race is the 48 machine of Tim Rogers. He is up a whopping 12 positions from where he started, just outside of the top 10. So we know Tim Rogers gonna keep on marching forwards. He's definitely got a top 10, maybe even a top 5 in mind. As the lights are extinguished on the iRacing pace car, we double file them back up and get ready to go back green flag racing. As a lot still to be had. These laps not counting here tonight. As we got one car stopped on the backstretch, so that will bring back out the yellow. We'll give it another try, this time by at the start finish line. We'll extinguish the lights on the iRacing pace car again and get ready to do battle. As we see the field once again double file on up and get ready to go back green flag racing. We've already seen some major incidents. At least both of the incidents have at least involved 5 cars or more, so we'll have to see how this field navigates. I definitely think they're going to be backing it on down here, as a lot of racing still to be had, as the one car of Tanner Tallarico fires on off here. We are back green flag racing. Michael Sturgill right there with him. He'll be a few car lengths back as we have the field dive into turn number 1. A little bit further back, we got some side-by-side action. One of the drivers being the 31 of Donald Bennett. Donald trying to roll that momentum on the top side. These guys side-by-side here as midfield trying to get themselves sorted on out as quickly and cleanly as possible. There's a lot of fast cars mixed on in here as well. As Donald Bennett big time sideways in front of the 29 and the 48. The 92 also goes around, and heavy contact for the 38 of Dave Payne. That thing looks heavily damaged as we see one car jump to pits, but this is the caution number 3 as we see Rex Hoyle getting that thing up to speed. And oh man, some more cars involved as we're looking at a full speed Rex Hoyle trying to back it on down. Too much rear brake and just gets to the back bumper of John Sanu. We'll take a look again here at the 38 machine, or the 31 of Donald Bennett. Keep an eye on Dave Payne. He makes heavy contact with that wall, and man, that thing will probably be done for the night. One more time, we'll look at it a little bit slower as we see Donald Bennett get loose, and oh, he just clips the 92, an innocent bystander. Dave Payne, heavy contact at the top of your screen there, as most people able to get on through without not major incident. Another big incident here at the Nashville Fairgrounds. This car combo definitely is proving to be very challenging for these drivers here tonight. We have done, I want to say, only around 7 green flag laps, and we are still struggling to keep these cars underneath us, folks. And we'll watch one more time from one more car, and that would be the 38 of Dave Payne. He makes a very vicious hit here. Luckily, I think he's able to get away. He's checked into the medical care center, but as we have Donald joining in the iRacing chat, a tough break for you here tonight. This car track combo seems very tough as we see Dave Payne hard into that outside wall, and that thing's probably done for the night. I'll be impressed if he can get back out there. But yeah, tough break for you there, Donald. As we almost had it, folks. Me and my buddies always joke around that a car is going to end up in that turn 1 corner pocket, and I think that 38 car came pretty dang close to achieving that here tonight. As the lights once again get extinguished on the iRacing pace car, we'll try again some green flag racing action here next time by. Once again, Tanner Tallarico leading every single lap here of this feature yet. Michael Sturgill now up to second. How about Jeff O'Quinn all the way up to third? Justin Callahan in fourth. And Jaron Valley all the way up inside the top 5. A heck of a run for a lot of these cars. I'm excited to see it as the iRacing pace car heads down pit road. We go back and get ready for some green flag racing here as Tanner Tallarico fires on off and floats it down into turn number 1. Michael Sturgill slots into second, but a battle for third as Jeff O'Quinn tries to clear Justin Callahan. He does so. Jaron Varley now trying to get clear of the 14 machine of Lee Campbell. Lee Campbell able to carry that momentum on that top side. He will find himself in the top 5, and here comes Tim Rogers, the man on a mission. He's sniffing that top 5 as well in that 48 Kellogg's machine. Right now, Tanner Tallarico continues to lead the way on this field. As we see some great battles here mid-pack. Another great one is Brian Wilderson trying to get around the top side of that 111 machine. Right there as well, the 92 of Tyler Jordan. And with Ron Hart right behind him as well. Tim Rogers now makes his way into the top 5. He's able to clear Lee Campbell for P number 5. Ron Hart trying to make that top side work. A little bit in the box as he's got the 92 in front of him, and now the 111 to his inside. Ron Hart sent that thing in there to make sure he gets a position on the 111, make sure he doesn't slide on up to that top side in front of him. But up front, Tanner Tallarico cruising that one car out in front. Michael Sturgill in second, kind of getting run down by Jeff O'Quinn in that 94 machine. And then a big gap to Justin Callahan, who's leading the rest of this field here at Nashville. As we are under yellow for the 4th time here tonight in the feature event. And oh man, heartbreak for Tim Rogers, who made his way all the way up into the top 5, and now back to the back he goes, as we will watch and see what happened to the 48 machine. As, oh man, that thing just steps out right after the apex, and he's just trying to save that thing, keeps it off of the wall. Very Jimmy Johnson Dover-esque there, keeping that thing clean, and will live to see another day, but now has to go back through this whole field once again. As we will throw it to commercial break, and we'll be back on the other side. Don't go anywhere.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
As we are back here under our 4th yellow here tonight for the ASRC Sportsman Series. As I tell you what, folks, these yellow flags here are a little on the long side. We'll make it interesting though. These drivers, I know, will get under the way, as we had our least amount of cars involved in the yellow, that being only one driver, that time sadly being the 48 of Tim Rogers. But I believe he'll bounce back. As we did talk to him in his heat race, you know, he's got a lot of determination in him. And it sounds like he's pretty optimistic for this car track combo. As this time by at the start finish line, we'll see the field once again re-rack, restack, double file them up, and get ready to go back green flag racing here. As once again, Tanner Tallarico leads us on the inside line. To his outside is Michael Sturgill. Jeff O'Quinn is in 3rd. Cal Callahan in 4th. And Lee Campbell rounding out the top 5 for this restart. As we'll wait for the one car. He jumps on it there. We are back. Green flag racing here. As Michael Sturgill with a pretty good restart. He's going to try and stick to the outside of the one. Not quite enough of a run, but he'll have a good run down the backstretch here. Maybe try and put some pressure on our race leader. As we look a little bit further back, we got some side-by-side racing action. Ryan Wilderson trying to make that top side work and doing it beautifully. He's rolling that middle on that top side, leading the way. Now getting around Justin Callahan. Ron Hart also able to get around as well. Ron Hart now back up into the top 5 after being involved on that wreck on lap number 1. Also Tyler Jordan, our shotgun driver in that 92 machine, is all the way up to 6. So we'll got to keep an eye on him, as he has an opportunity to get a lot of bonus points if he can put that thing down in victory lane. One car big time sideways. It's the 111 of Jaron Valley, as Justin Callahan also had a big time save going into turn number 1. He, I think, made a little bit of contact, but somehow these guys all keeping these cars straight, and we stay green flag racing. Heck of a save by multiple drivers there. As I hear one car maybe got the wall. One thing these drivers will have to keep in mind, these right rears do hang out a little bit further than a normal stock car to get some side force and a little bit of air on the spoilers. What that means though is that you can't get too close to the wall, or else these cars will suck you on in, and it takes a lot of force, either mashing the brake or really yanking that wheel to the left to get that car off that wall. So these drivers really keeping a good amount of distance to that wall. As one car sideways, it's the 18 machine of Devin McDonald. He smacks the inside wall pretty good, and we are back under yellow flag for the 5th time here. As we'll take a look and see what happened to the 18 machine of Devin McDonald. As we see him head through turns 3 and 4, as he comes off of turn number 4. A little bit too much wheel with a little bit too much throttle, tries to save it, and just gets that inside wall. Pretty hefty hit to the front end, but I think that car can definitely continue on. The question he'll have to watch out for and make sure that car does not overheat as we look at a driver in the modified division. That would be the 38 of Dave Payne leading the way. He's out there with no nose. Yeah, as we're looking there, folks, the 38 of Dave Payne is the lucky dog. He'll get a lap back here and try and get himself on the lead lap. And we got to keep an eye on that 51 of Ron Hart, making his way all the way up into the top 5 here. Will restart in the 4th position behind Michael Sturgill, so he will most likely be a force to reckon with, still with a lot of laps to be had around this speedway. This race is definitely far from over, and we see how easy it is to make a mistake. This could be anybody's race to win. As we see the lights get extinguished once again on the iRacing pace car, we'll double file him up and get ready to go back to racing action here. As the iRacing pace car makes its way down to pit road, we'll wait for the 1 of Tanner Tallarico to fire on off. He's done it every single time in this feature. Does it again, gets a great restart. Ron Hart able to clear Jeff O'Quinn into 1. That will put him up to 3rd and battling with these race leaders. As we are back green flag racing, looks like Tyler Jordan into the wall a little bit down the backstretch. That's what I was talking about, folks, in the wall glue. And you see him get super loose on corner entry because that car just got upset enough going into that corner from that wall that he had to really save that thing, and you saw that thing really get out of shape on him. As up front, Tanner Tallarico leading the way. Michael Sturgill in 2nd. Ron Hart in 3rd. Jeff O'Quinn running in 4th. And Brian Wilderson rounds out the top 5 as they run a little bit side by. One car in the wall big time. That is the 40 machine of Josiah Millen. And that looks like some heavy damage. That right front's definitely disconnected from that race car, and he'll limp that thing down to pit road. We stay green, the track stays clear as we now pick it up from our race leaders here. Michael Sturgill keeping that pressure on, right about 2 car lengths back from our race leader. As we now get inside of 50 laps to go. You know, folks, you probably saw, oh yeah, only 75 laps here tonight. That will definitely get done pretty quick. And this car track combo has been definitely proven that it is a tough one to survive, let alone drive. as everyone is single filed out in this race, folks. So we'll keep our eye on the closest battle. And that's right here for the race lead. Sturgill now within right around 2/10. Been bouncing around there for the last couple laps here. So these two matching each other's pace, maybe even give Sturgill a little bit of an edge here. As Tanner Tallarico definitely searching on around, trying different lines. One of the lowest cars through these corners. As you see Michael Sturgill a little bit higher, especially in turns 1 and 2. Has problems for the 48, some sort of mechanical issues. He brings that thing behind the pit wall, so another tough break for Tim Rogers. One day we'll get him out there in a well-funded race car and have him put on a show for us fans. And we'll look at our 8th place driver, John Kane, in this 29 machine. Always a very steady driver, always consistent. He's in here week in and week out, trying to improve, and he definitely is right now the biggest mover of the race, up a whopping 11 positions, finds himself in the top 10. A very solid night going for this 29 machine. Looking a little bit further back here, we got a battle for the 10th position. Jason Racing Griffith trying to make it work on the bottom as we get a yellow flag here. It looks like, oh no, Jeff O'Quinn from running in that top 5 right around there having issues. We'll have to see what happened to the 94 McDonald's machine as he's already sideways there. Here's a little bit further back. We'll take a look and see what happened to the 94 machine. As a smidge higher line from Ron Harden. Oh man, folks, once again we saw it from Devin McDonald. A very similar case for the 94 machine. Just too much wheel and too much throttle. Puts it in the inside wall, and that's enough to bring out the yellow. And that's a tough break because he's got to make his way through this field the whole time. As some strategy to be had, folks. So we got cars down pit road. Michael Sturgill leading the way. Ron Hart right there as well. Tanner Tallarico stays on out. Same with Brian Wilderson. So we will have to see how this shakes on off. Some new shoes going on for some drivers. Of course, these cars being stuck to the track by General Tires. We're going to go commercial break, and we'll be right back on the other side. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty, folks, we are back here at the Nashville Fairgrounds. Be sure to check out simwrapmarket.com if you want some killer paint schemes. And we still got the one machine of Tanner Tallarico leading the way. He has led every single lap here, but a little bit of strategy to be had as now Michael Sturgill in that 90 machine is the first car on fresh tires. A little bit of a bummer for the Ron Hart fans out there. He was busted on pit road, too fast exiting, so he will have to start towards the back here of this restart, but he has fresh General Tires on that car, so he will be heading to the front in a hurry. These guys with fresh tires, though, in the back of the their heads. They got to remember these tires are cold and it's going to be squirrely. It's going to be a handful for first few laps, as it looks like the lights are extinguished on the iRacing pace car. We re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to go back to racing action. Up front, the front row looking like Tanner Tallarico and Brian Wilderson to the outside. Row number 2 looks like Tyler Jordan and John Kane. Row number 3 is Jason Griffith with Michael Sturgill on those fresh tires. It's going to be interesting as the iRacing pace car heads down pit road. We'll wait for the one of Tanner Tallarico to fire on off. He does so, and we are back. Green flag racing as Brian Wilderson will slot into the second place right in the nose of Tyler Jordan. Where I want to keep the camera at is looking at the 90 machine of Michael Sturgill. He's going to be a man on a mission here. He doesn't have to take it too crazy as Lee Campbell gets big time sideways and he goes around off the front bumper of Rex Hoyle, and we are under yellow flag here. I think Lee Campbell just got on the apron or just got a little bit too much into the brakes, and that will bring out the yellow flag. As we see Lee Campbell down on speed already, trying to save that race car, and that thing goes right on around. They do keep it straight though, folks, and keep it to minimum damage, so those cars will be able to carry on with no issues. But you got to wonder if you're the one of Tanner Tallarico, do you come in? And he does, but he is the only one to do so. So Brian Wilderson will pick up the race lead here. But Tanner Tallarico down pit road. We'll see how he can rebound. And for the first time tonight, he will not be leading this field. As we have the 951 of Brian Wilderson leading this field here right around the midway point. Tyler Jordan, our shotgun driver, will be all the way up to second. So if he can somehow get the win tonight, he will get a whole bunch of extra bonus points and extend his championship lead here. As this is only a 13 race season and no playoffs. So every race counts, every position matters for these playoffs, because you never know what can unfold in one of these races, as we saw tonight with that 15-car wreck on lap number 1. As we get the lights extinguished once again, we go double file here. The front row being made up of Brian Wilderson with Tyler Jordan to his outside. Row number 2 will be John Kane, the biggest mover, up 16 positions while he's running in third. Racing Jason Griffith in fourth. Rounding out the top 5 is Michael Sturgill on those fresh sticker General tires. As iRacing pace car heads down pit road, the 951 jumps on it early. We are back, green flag racing, as he slides up in front of Tyler Jordan. That was definitely close to slide on up where he did, as Tyler Jordan thought about making a crossover move, thought better of it. They slot in 1 and 2 here, as the field able to keep it green. As we are right now, this time by, we'll see cross flags from the flagman. We are halfway down, halfway to go, as Kyle Leisure had some big time problems down the backstretch. He will be no longer out on track. As, oh man, folks, we hear from race control, the 951 of Brian Wilderson will have to come down pit road here. He changed lanes too early before the start finish line. I knew it was close, and he will have to go from the back as we get a yellow flag. This will save his race, as, oh no, it's the biggest mover, John Kane, with the issue. We'll have to see what happened to the 29 car as we see him getting it up to speed, but already facing the right direction. Oh man, it looks like trying to keep those cars behind him just got on the loud pedal too hard. Another case of too much wheel, too much throttle, as we are under yellow flag for the 8th time here at Nashville. We will throw it to commercial break, but when this comes on out, Tyler Jordan is leading the way, the shotgun driver. He'll get some bonus points for some laps led, but he's going to try and stay up to the front if he can. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Alrighty, folks, we are back here at the Nashville Fairgrounds, and we got a special person here in the booth. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Tim Rogers up here. He was cleared from the medical infield center after that mechanical issue. What happened to the car, Tim? And I gotta say, I'm glad to have you back in the booth.
Well, it's good to be back up. Sorry, I'm choking on popcorn, but it's good to be back up in the booth. Yeah, just screen froze and I hit the wall. My wheels got knocked out of alignment, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna risk bringing out another caution, so I'm just gonna pull her down pit road.
Yeah, a tough break for you, Tim. You were looking so good, found yourself within that top 5, and yeah, then you had that spin. It seems like everyone's having trouble. I mean, how hard is this car track combo here tonight?
It's super hard. It feels like, I don't know, like there's some bumps down on the inside and stuff, and there's some little elevation change coming out of the corner, and you can really feel it. The car gets all out of whack, and it's easy to lose the thing.
Oh man, yeah, it definitely seems like a handful for all of these drivers, but the iRacing pace car is down on pit road. We got Tyler Jordan, last week's winner, from the shotgun, from the back, up at the front, leading us to green. He jumps on it, Tim, and we are back green flag racing.
By him going into 1, he's got a good gap on the rest of the field. Oh, and there's a caution. What happened?
Yeah, not sure where the yellow flag is at, Tim. I'm a little bit lost. I don't know if you need to do some running up and down pit road, because yeah, I'm not sure what brought out the yellow there.
Something race control brought it out.
Okay, maybe something not lined up. Maybe the race control not liking that restart. We'll have to wait and see if we get a update. Yeah, we sit up here. We sit up here in the booth here trying to figure out what is the cause of the yellow, but Tyler Jordan leading the way in this race. Last week got the dub at Daytona with the 3-wide finish behind him. Now trying to make it back-to-back, make himself a multiple time winner here at ASRC for the Sportsman Series.
Seems like there's a lot of new faces here. Now, not a lot of cars and guys I recognize. I'll have to get more used to them, but I'm looking at Tanner Tallarico. He's on some fresh tires. I think he can get back up there.
Yeah, he's definitely very deep in this field. I wonder why they restarted him so deep. When Sturgill came in for those tires, he only had to restart 6. Right now, Tanner Tallarico all the way down in the 12th position. With Mike Sturgill, I think up to 2nd or 3rd on those fresh tires that are like 2 laps older than Tanner Tallarico. I'll look here, Tim. And yeah, Tanner last pitted at lap 36, whereas Michael Sturgill pitted at lap 35. As it looks like, Tim, we're getting ready to go back. Green flag racing.
Green flag.
As Tyler Jordan gets a great start out in front, clears himself by, I want to say, 5 car lengths as we see the field dive into turns number 1 and 2. Michael Sturgill to the inside of Jason Griffith going down the backstretch.
Got battles all around the racetrack here. Guys aren't giving each other no inches. It's all out warfare out here in Nashville.
Yeah, Tim, I would have thought for sure we would have seen guys kind of back it down, take it easy with how difficult this track and car combo is. As we see Devin McDonald get big time sideways off the corner, somehow keeps that thing straight as those rear tires, Tim, are blistering hot. He was even loose heading into turn 3 there.
Yeah, and those bumps don't help at all. You got the tires heated up, and then once you hit those bumps, it's game over. You got to be on your toes.
Yeah, Tim, and this track looks pretty bumpy, but I bet it's even more bumpy in these cars. Worse than probably some New York and for sure Michigan roads. As yeah, big time trouble, and we stay green somehow. I think John DeMeester was involved. Who else was involved, Tim?
He got turned by the 14, it looked like.
Oh man, so trouble for the 2. Maybe some contact with the 14. Not sure what happened because we stay green. And up front, Michael Sturgill chasing down our race leader of Tyler Jordan. Looking to the inside now into turn number 3.
Mike Sturgill, that's a name I recognize. He's a good iRacer. He's always up front whenever he races. I think he can get it done too.
Now Tim, Michael Sturgill, I think you know this pain a little bit. He has disconnected from his last 4 races here at ASRC, all within running in the top 3 due to some technical difficulties on that PC. He's trying to redeem himself and show where he belongs.
Looks like he does it. Is he gonna clear him? He cleared him. New leader.
Yeah, Michael Sturgill able to clear the 92 off of turn number 2. Like Tim said, we got a new race leader, the 90 of Sturgill. Now, how about the 111 machine, Tim, of Jaron Valley? He's all the way up into P number 3, the biggest mover right now as they stand. And this guy, I don't recognize him. I think his first race with ASRC and making an impact as he's in the top 3. And if he keeps that spot, he's going to be talking to us by the end of the night.
Yeah, from what I've noticed racing around him tonight, he seems to keep it cool. He's not over aggressive, just holds his stuff, and it's worked out for him now. He's up in P3.
Yeah, but he has a tough competitor right there catching him. That would be the 51 machine of Ron Hart. Another driver you don't want to see closing in your rearview mirror.
Guess who's about to break into peace? Oh, he might. I don't know, but he's in the top 10 now. That's the number 1. It's Tanner Tallarico.
Yeah, Tanner Tallarico right now in some heavy traffic trying to get around the 28 machine of Kyle Munson, as well as Rex Hoyle right there in front of him. So Tanner Tallarico led all the way up until halfway in this race. Got some tires, but has been mired in the midfield here, just trying to get through this traffic.
pain to make any sort of ground deep in the field. Both lanes can be pretty even towards the start of the race, but once things start to spread out, that's when you can make the moves.
Yeah, Tim, and with a little bit of driver insight from today, what did you kind of figure out, and what was something you maybe wished you learned earlier in this race that could have helped you?
I wish I saved my tires more, to be honest. I wish
Yeah.
I did what the 111 did. He was saving his tires, and look where he is now.
Yeah, it definitely seems like not. Oh, as one car big time sideways. That's Jason Griffith. Look at Devin McDonald not lift him, and he drives around like 5 cars there on the top side.
Came out of nowhere like a rocket ship. Holy crap.
He said, no yellow, no problem. We keep our foot in it as Tanner Tallarico now tries to make the pass on the 54 machine on the top side. But I got to give credit where credit's due. Heck of a save by that 33 machine. He may have lost quite a few positions from it, but that could have been a lot worse.
It's over. He's still in it, too. You never know what can happen.
Yep, a lot of racing to be had as Ron Hart has made his way into the top 3 here as Tanner Tallarico now tries to go to the inside of the 54. He drives it in there deep. He's get position as they head off for turn number 2.
Tanner's been able to utilize both lanes pretty well. I've seen him pass on the outside, pass on the inside. He's got it nailed down here.
Yeah, he does. Now he'll try and run down the 18 machine of Devin McDonald. Devin with a big up and down night. We saw him in multiple incidents, but he got that car repaired and running in the top 5, but being chased down by a very tough competitor, that of Tanner T.
Ooh, almost got the 18 there.
Yeah, Tanner Tallarico definitely driving this race car to the limit. He's driving in there deep knowing he has to make up as much time as he can, and then he's just got to hope for a yellow as he's way too far back to try and catch Sturgill, about 4 seconds to the race leader from where this battle's going on for 5th position.
That's an insane breakaway. We got like a 3-car breakaway here from the rest of the pack, and then a 1-car breakaway.
Yeah, this field has definitely spread on out.
Whoa, what am I trying to say here? What is the saying? Goes to show how much an air matters. Boom. That's what I was trying to say.
Thank you for that wonderful insight, Tim. As it looks like, I think we got a battle for second. Ron Hart all over the back bumper of the 92 machine. That we do. Ron Hart to the inside in the 51, to the outside Tyler Jordan. Neither of these guys lifting though, Tim, as we are heading to the closing stages of this race. Both these guys send it. Oh man, Ron Hart with a big send, uses up a lot of track there. Tyler, probably not the happiest after that.
Hey, you run on the outside. Maybe the guy on the inside's responsibility not to wash up into you, but this late in the race, oh my gosh, they're going at it.
Yeah, these guys are throwing off the gloves. They're heading down the straightaway. Tim, we're going to get some drama here quickly if these two do not separate from each other. Ron Hart used up even more track that time in 3 and 4, and then they started banging doors down the front stretch. And I think Tyler Jordan, seeing red, he's just trying to get back to that back bumper of the 51 machine.
Yeah, it definitely was. They were racing hard there.
As I hope both of these drivers finish inside the top 3 so we can talk to both of them. As we see the 92, Tim, what's going on? He's down pit road.
Something must be up. He must have got some sort of damage or something from that contact with the wall.
Yeah, that contact must have sparked something. So Tyler Jordan wins last week, now down pit road and giving up that chance for that shotgun points. As now Ron Hart will take over second. Jared Valley all the way up into third here. We're inside of 10 laps to go, Tim.
It ain't over yet, man. We're about to see some more action here.
Yeah, this thing is far from over. As we look a little bit further back, a battle for the 10th position. Lee Campbell up top, Justin Callahan down low.
That outside line still has some power still. I mean, I was shocked how how even it is with the inside line, but considering the bumps down there, whoa, Callahan slid it in there.
Yeah, he did. They somehow do not make contact, but Callahan definitely pushed on up. And right in front of them looks like Brian Wilderson trying to go door to door with Jason Griffith. That's big time sideways. Jason Griffith, I don't think he's got any more rear tires left in that thing. I've seen him in the last couple laps slide off of every single corner. That thing looking like a classic Ron Hart race car if I've ever seen one. But he ain't gonna give up. He pinched Wilderson all the way down to the bottom. He's gonna not make it easy as this time by for our leader, Michael Sturgill. We see open palm, 5 laps to go here around the Nashville Fairgrounds.
Sturgill just out of nowhere. I didn't even know I was racing against him, to be honest. I didn't even know he was in the race, and he's out here. He's about to win the damn thing.
Yeah, Sturgill with a decent qualifying. I want to say he qualified in the top 5. Kind of a quiet heat race. Got passed by Ron Hart, but had a stacked few cars in that second heat. That Tanner Tallarico ended up winning. But yeah, Sturgill hit his marks. He somehow missed that first lap big one, Tim. Didn't get any sort of damage. Squeaked his way through that. And now sitting in the seat everyone wants to be, out there with a healthy lead with 3 laps to go.
Just in a chaotic race, he was able to put together a perfect race for himself, and that's what you need to do.
Yep, this time by popsicle sticks up in the air. 2 laps to go around this joint as we see this field. I think, Tim, I don't know how you're feeling, but I bet these drivers are just going to be happy to get this race on over with, because every single lap it seems like these guys really having to work this throttle and wheel.
Yeah, it definitely was a workout here.
As we get the white flag here, 1 lap to go for Michael Sturgill. He just needs to make sure that PC hangs on as he travels down the backstretch for the final time. He'll throw it into 3 and 4. Nothing fancy from him, but for this final lap, but heck of a job. He gets the job done in dominant fashion out of nowhere, like Tim, you said, and Michael Sturgill will get redemption. He parks the 90 machine in victory lane.
Ron Hart second after that contact with the 92. Jaron Valley, his first start with ASRC with a 3rd place.
And Tanner Tallarico fights a hard battle all the way up into 4th. But don't go anywhere, folks, because we'll be talking to the top 3 after the race. But right now, we'll watch Michael Sturgill burn it on down for the fans at home. Tim will go to commercial break, and we'll be back right back on the other side. Alrighty, we are back here from the front stretch here. We're talking to our 3rd place finisher, his first ASRC race with us. It is Jaron Valley. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. Glad to be here.
Oh, man. Glad to have you. we're all pretty impressed. Your first race out here, and you park it third. Get a chat with me and Tim up here in the booth. How was this car? And first, we'll start at that because we got a lot of stuff to ask you. That was a hectic race.
Yeah, no doubt. I didn't even plan on running until Andrew texted me and got all my stuff set up. And I joined in the middle of qualifying, had no laps. I wrecked my first lap of qualifying and qualified just about last as well, if not last. So that was pretty interesting. It was very slick. I knew I had a couple slip ups here and there, but it was definitely a lot of fun. I got a lot of dirt experience, so I was able to save the car when I was getting loose. And I got throttle control down towards the end of the race, but definitely a long race and a lot of fun.
Yeah, Jaron, I gotta ask. I see the picture. What do you run on dirt, and how did that definitely had to help tonight with this car track combo? I mean, it seems so hard to put that power down tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. I ran a couple practice laps a couple years ago with my uncle, and then this year now I got my spotter here. He was actually in this race. He races down in Illinois, and he asked if I wanted to run, so I'm running at Fairbury, Illinois. This September 17th, actually happened in my first race ever there in a UMP stock car. So pretty exciting stuff there.
Oh man, you love to hear it. So awesome stuff from your. Best of luck there, and yeah, that's definitely an experience like none other. But yeah, looking forward a little bit. This is only race number 2, and with the points leader dropping on out where he did, you know, it could be anyone's game. Are you maybe think about coming on back for some more racing action here?
Time permitting, yeah, no doubt about that. I have to look at the schedule a little bit more too. I'd love to run. Love to battle for a championship. I don't ever run these cars either. It's going to be pretty interesting. I could test my skill level and get better as a driver overall, especially with a group of guys like this. I can tell there's some heavy hitters in here, and they know their stuff. So pretty much good, clean racing, and I mean, I'll definitely be back.
Yeah, Jaron, you said it perfectly. You know, some big-time names in here, some guys that know their stuff that can always be fast. And for you, first time out, to put yourself in the podium, that's nothing to laugh at, man. So props to you. Congrats. That's a big accomplishment to show up here and do what you did tonight. But before we let you go and celebrate this podium, I'm going to go hand over the mic to you and let you thank who you got to thank for this 111 machine.
Yeah, no doubt. I appreciate you guys broadcasting. I got the broadcast sent to me mid-race, so I tuned in a little bit here and there right as I was on top of a car like lap 1. So it's pretty interesting. But I got to thank my spotter, Greg. Of course, he's the guy that's let me drive the car. But he helps me out in a lot of my races, and he's always there for me whenever I need a hand and let me know what's all going on. But appreciate the guys all racing clean for what all happened. I know we had some mishaps during the race, but that's racing for you, especially at a short track like this. And I got to really thank Andrew too for telling me about this league and letting me run, and all of you guys do. So thank you.
All righty, awesome stuff. Well, I'll let you have a good rest of your night, and hopefully we'll be talking to you some more in the future. Have a good one.
You as well. Thank you.
All righty, that was our third place finisher. Now we'll dial up our runner-up finisher. That would be Ron the Hitman Hart in the 51 machine. Ron, you got a copy? It's Brett the Jew. If I could speak, it's Brett the Jet and Tim Rogers here in the booth.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
All righty, Ron. How was your car tonight? And man, a lot of drama to be unhad, but I'm gonna go let Tim take it over after this question.
Hey, Ron, it's Tim up in the booth here. Just walk us through those last couple laps. How was the car handling, and what was the deal with that contact with the 92?
Yeah, car was better than the driver tonight, guys. Car was good, really fast, qualified up front. Too many mistakes though there, spun out in the first lap. With kind of followed the leader, saw him start to spin. Tanner checked up, I checked up and spun out. Went to the back, drove back to the front, and then sped on pit road, and that ended up being the undoing. I think I had a little more speed, maybe the Mike there at the end. Would have loved to race it for it, but just had to race hard getting back through there. Had to use up a few guys. Not how I like to race, but it's hard to pass out here. And I knew every lap that I didn't get through there, Mike was going to get farther away. So just took too long to get back through traffic, even with using the bumper a little bit. And he was just gone by the time I got to second.
Well, oh, sorry, my mic was muted. Well, looks like you got. Well, walk us through. You were involved in that earlier wreck. Walk us through that giant pileup. What was your view on that? Did you expect people to slow down, or did you expect people to pile in? What were you expecting there?
I mean, I was running third, just kind of taking it easy, and the leader sailed it off in there and lost it in front of everybody. And Tanner checked up, and I didn't want to run him over, and I kind of stomped the brake to not run him over. And when you do that on cold tires, you're going to spin out. So that was really the only option I had, and kind of got stuck up against the fence there. Had to get a little bit of damage repaired, but that wasn't the end of the night. Got back to the front after that, and then speed down pit road kind of killed it.
Well, you ended up putting together a good race, and you come home with a solid second place finish. Take it away. Thank whoever you want to thank.
Yeah, thanks for Andrew and the guys putting on a good league here. It's fun to see this many cars. We shouldn't have quite as many cautions, but that's part of it on a hard track like this. And all the guys at American Sim Racing Club for giving us a good place to race. And thanks for you guys taking the time to do the broadcast tonight.
Well, there it is, folks. Your second place finisher, the number 51 of Ron Hart.
Alrighty, Tim. Thank you for jumping on in there. Now we'll head down to Victory Lane and talk to the man of the hour. That would be the 90 machine of Michael Sturgill. Be nice if I could get the names right, Tim. Alrighty, Mike. It's Brett the Jet in the booth with Tim Rogers. Do you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Alrighty, man. You finally get it done. Your computer hangs on. Mike, is this a new computer? I gotta know first and foremost.
No, it's the same old computer. It decides randomly when it wants to crash. It's actually not the computer, it's iRacing. Since the last big season update, it's completely random, and I'm emailing them back and forth trying to get it figured out.
That is definitely beyond frustrating as a driver myself. That's no worse way to go out than just kind of randomly dropping out. Especially, I was telling Tim and the rest of the people tuning on in, it seems like the last 4 of your ASRC races, you've dropped out within the top 3.
Yeah, I think like 4 out of the 6 or 7 times it's crashed. I was running like top 2, so that's never fun. It never happens when I'm like, wrecked multiple laps down.
Of course. Why would it lag you out then? It has nothing to benefit from its evil ways. But Mike, we got to ask a little bit about this race. That crazy first lap, you somehow sneaked through from the top side. Tell us what was going through your mind as you see cars spinning every which way.
Yeah, I was just trying to really save and be easy on it, and it worked out, and I was stuck up top, and got in there a little slower than I think everybody else, and saw multiple cars go sideways, and they just parted, and I was able to snake my way through them.
Yeah, man, and now we got to go a little bit further in the race. About midway, I think the move of the race, you come down pit road while some drivers stand out, and you restart 6th. Were you planning to make that pit stop about halfway throughout the night, or were you kind of on the fence, and once Tanner stayed out, you ducked on in?
I was on the fence because we were running, within 3/10 of like fresh tires, but right before I pit, it started to fall off like pretty bad, and I wanted to get in before Tanner for sure to get track position on him, and I was actually kind of shocked that he stayed out, but it definitely worked out for me.
Yeah, it did. You were able to, I think, restart all the way up into 6th or whatever, and really take your time through the field, make sure you don't make any mistakes, and come out the lead, which you did. And then those last couple laps, Ron, were you thinking there's going to be a yellow? I know with that much of a lead, at least myself, I'm always thinking, oh man, there's a yellow coming. I know it.
Yeah, definitely. Either it was going to be a yellow or my sim was just going to crash.
Yeah, that is another very scary scenario that can happen to you. But before we let you go, Tim, you got any questions for him?
No, I'm good.
Alrighty. Well, Mike, before we let you go, down here in Victory Lane and celebrate tonight's win for race number 2 of the season, I'm going to go hand over the mic to you and thank who you got to thank for anyone on this 90 crew tonight.
Oh yeah, just want to give you guys a shout out for putting on the broadcast, and everyone at Turn 3, all the admins of the league, Tanner, David, Andrew, everyone in the league came up on some lap cars and they moved out of the way, so that was really nice. Everyone watching, including my dad and my girlfriend, and I think that's got it.
Alrighty, Mike. Well, congratulations again on the win here tonight. We had a lot of good competitors in this field tonight, a very stacked field, and to come out on top just proves the skill of you tonight, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you some more in the future. So go celebrate down in Victory Lane. Me and Tim are going to wrap up in the booth, and we'll jump back down here and partying on up with you later.
Thank you, guys.
Alrighty. That was our race winner, Michael Sturgill in the 90 machine. And Tim, man, that was a heck of a race. What do you have to say about it?
Yeah, that was definitely a wild one. One of the toughest car track combos probably on the service. Definitely a wheelman's race, and we saw some of the best in ASRC rise to the top here.
That we did. Well, before I forget about it, let's run through tonight's finishing order, if it pops up on screen.
It better.
There we go. Now we got it on up here. So the future results. Michael Sturgill in the 90 machine gets the job done. He picks up race number 2 of the 13 race season for the Sportsman Series. Second place goes to Ron Hart in the 51 machine. Jaron Valley in the 111 brings it home third. Fourth goes to Tanner Tallarico in the 1. And rounding out the top 5, a pretty strong night, Kyle Munson all the way up into 5th.
Coming in the 6th place is John Kane in the number 29 machine, followed by Jeff O'Quinn in the number 94. In 8th place is Lee Campbell. 9th, Justin Callahan, and rounding out the top 10 is the number 33, Jason Griffith.
Picking up from there, right outside the top 10, John DeMeester in the 2. We needed him in the top 10 there, Tim. 12th goes to Tyler Jordan with that issue. Brian Wilderson in 13th. Devin McDonald 14th. Rex Hoyle rounds out the top 15.
Finishing in the 16th position, 12 laps down, is the number 38 machine of David Payton. Followed by him is Kyle Lesher in the 17th position. John Sanu in the 18th position. Myself in the 19th position, 46 laps down. Josiah Millen is going to round up the top 20.
21st goes to Donald Bennett. 22nd, Seth Harrelson. Jerry Cochran Jr. brings it home 23rd. 24th is Hayden Swank. David Lowe in 25th. And Blake Lorraine in 26th. And that rounds it out for tonight's finishing order in the feature. And man, race number 2 already in the books. And I tell you what, Tim, heck of a shakeup, because tonight was definitely unpredictable. Wow.
Definitely a brace of attrition. Tell you that right now.
That is very true, Tim.
Second lap pile up, man. Whew, that was something else.
Yeah, that was, I think, in my opinion, the biggest pile up I've covered, not at a super speedway, at a beginning of a short track race. But Tim, want to thank you for jumping up in the booth with me. It has been a pleasure calling another race with you. Always a great time. And just remember, the door's always unlocked for you, buddy.
I know, it's because I have the key.
That you do.
Yeah, it's always fun broadcasting with you, Brett. And I'll probably be up here more often since I suck. But hey.
Well, Tim, I can tell you what, you don't suck up here in the booth, so feel free to jump on up here whenever you would like to, and we'll definitely have a good time with it. But I'm going to go wrap on up here and get us all out of here. So want to thank each and every one of you tuning on in, all the live viewers. Got to appreciate you. Also, all the people tuning on in with the YouTube chats. Appreciate you jumping on in and chatting with us. Of course, got to give a shout out to all the replay viewers tuning on in, rewatching this. Of course, got to give a big thanks to Tim, everyone here at ASRC to put on this great racing product. Of course, all the racers out here tonight that had to battle this very atrocious race with this car track combo. And then, of course, if you're in the mood Feel free to check out any racing action on Turn 3 Racing Network, broadcasting 6 nights a week. Also, if you're looking for a great wrap for your sim, be sure to check out simwrapmarket.com. And I have been Brett the Jet in the booth for Turn 3 Racing Network. Be sure to tune in next week for the same drivers, different track, as they get ready to do battle for race number 3. Everyone take care, stay safe, and have a good rest of your night. This has been Brett the Jet. And remember, folks, just flew by you. Have a good one.